and welcome back to my channel. This is Charles of the Endlights Diaries. Yes, good morning everyone, and we are back again for another video. And for today's video, I'm going to talk about how I was able to obtain a teaching license in the US while I was still in the Philippines. Yes, so it's possible. Yeah, it's possible. Before when I asked some of the teachers who came to the US, um, they told me that it is really impossible to obtain a teaching license while you are still in the country or while you are still in the Philippines. But yes, it depends on the state. So I applied in the state of Illinois. I applied for my teaching license, U.S. teaching license, particularly the PEL, or in Illinois, that's PEL, which stands for the Professional Educator License. So I applied for PEL in the ISBE. So I was able to obtain that license when I was still in the Philippines. Yes, so I made my application, everything, and they were able to um, provide me with the teaching license with particular endorsements that suit my qualifications. Okay, so I was able to obtain that while I was in the Philippines. So yes, it is possible, depending on the state. So there are some states that do not allow. I think there are also some states that you will be able to apply when to apply back in the Philippines, while you're still in the Philippines, and then, but then they will not be able to provide you with a license. So the continuation of your application will be once you arrive in the US. But not in my case, because when I applied for my teaching license here in the United States, particularly in Illinois, I did everything and I was able to obtain it while I was in the Philippines. So what are the steps that I took when I was obtaining my teaching license, my US teaching license? So you need to bear in mind that your FCE, or your Foreign Credential Evaluation, is the most important document that you need before you apply for a US teaching license. So I already have that. It was Spantran who processed my FCE, my Foreign Credential Evaluation, um, for 17,000 pesos, I think. So yeah, it's $290 in Spantran. So after I obtained my FCE, I immediately applied for my teaching license, US teaching license. So there is what we call in the US teaching license reciprocity. Okay, I mentioned in my previous video that when we say reciprocity, it's just a sort of conversion of your current teaching license from one country, one state, to another state. So there are states that offer reciprocity, especially 100% reciprocity. When I say 100% reciprocity, it's exactly converting your Philippine teaching license to um, uh, the state of Illinois, teaching license in Illinois. So it's 100%. You just have to submit all the documents that they need for them to be able to grant you the teaching license, which happened to me when I applied. So it's 100% reciprocity. I didn't test, I didn't take the test for me to be able to get a teaching license. So I just submitted those documents that they asked me. So that's it. So when I was able to get my FCE, I immediately applied for my US teaching license here in Illinois. So first, what I did is I surfed the internet. You go to www.isbe.gov. You go to the website of Illinois State Board of Education. Okay, and then the next thing that you do is to read all the the policies. Yes, the existing policies with regards to obtaining your teaching license in Illinois. And then you need to create your ELIS account. ELIS, your ELIS account. You need to make a profile there. You answer some questions about yourself. You provide your information about you, and then you need to upload the documents. So, what are the documents that you need to upload in your ELIS account, in your ELIS account? So, these are first is your foreign credential evaluation. That's number one. You need to upload your foreign credential of evaluation in the event that there is no feature in that portal where you can upload that. So perhaps it's the credential evaluation. In my case, it's a Spantran. They will be the one to send it directly to ISBE. So in my case, I was the one who uploaded it in my portal in my Alice account. So I uploaded my TOR. I uploaded my diploma in the university to prove that I am a graduate, and I am a graduate of Bachelor in Elementary Education, or to prove that you are a graduate of education, or you are a graduate of a 4-year degree course that is equivalent um to the standards in US. So I also uploaded my TOR and then my foreign credential evaluation. Again, you can also upload your um, college transcript, or and at the same time your master's. It's up to you. Okay, so after uploading all of those documents, you need also to upload your PRC credentials. Okay, so your ID, your teaching license in the Philippines, your ID, and some certifications. So before you, I would suggest that before you apply for your teaching license, you need to prepare all of these documents so that it will be easier for you um, to obtain your teaching license. Okay, so once you created a profile, you immediately upload it, and within a day, you can already have it. You can already pay for your teaching license. So your diploma, your TOR, your FCE, so and then your PRC teaching credentials. So what are these? Your PRC ID and your certifications. Okay, what are these three certifications that I asked from the PRC? So the certificate of passing to prove that you passed the exam, the teaching exam, the licensure examination, so that you will not be able, so that when you apply for the teaching license in Illinois, you will not be asked to take the test. So it's already considered. It's I mean Reciprocity is being done. Okay, so first is your certificate of passing, then your certificate of rating, your rating. So it doesn't matter if you have line of 8 or 7 or whatever. The most important thing is that you pass the test. Okay, the licensure exam. Okay, so you have certificate of passing, certificate of rating, and then the third one is your certificate of good standing. So do those three certifications. So I'm going to repeat all the documents that you need to prepare before you apply for your teaching license here in Illinois, in the Illinois State Board of Education, by creating your ELIS account. So what are these? You have your diploma, your TOR, your FCE or your foreign credential evaluation, your certificate, your PRC ID, your certificate of passing, certificate of rating, and certificate of good standing. So those are the documents that you need to upload. Now, after uploading those documents, you need to pay for a certain amount. I think it's more than $100. Yes, more than $100. I think it's 150, 190. I wasn't so sure, but when I had it, it's more than 100. Yeah, just last year, 2020. I applied for my teaching license last year, 2021. It was October. So just last year. Yes. So it's very quick. So I applied October and it was granted to me after 10 days. Okay. So once you uploaded all the documents, then you need to pay for a certain amount. Okay. Now, after paying, you are done. Okay. You are done with your ISBE application. All you need to do is to contact now your evaluation company. Okay, so I contacted Spantran. So I log into a Spantran again, and then I requested for a file copy of my foreign credential evaluation that cost me $10. $10. So when I asked for a copy of $10, when I asked for a copy of the FCE, I paid for $10, and you need to indicate there the email of the um, institution that will conduct your um, uh, teaching license process. Okay, so when I applied for spantran.com and I paid for $10, I asked them to send the Illinois Board of Education to send a copy, a soft copy, for the authentication and verification of the document. So after I applied in the ISBE for my LS, for my teaching license, after I pay, I contacted again the Spantran for $10 and I asked them um to send a copy to the ISBE for the verification and authentication of the document. Okay, so after that, the Spantran will be sending you an email confirming that they already emailed or they already sent the document, the foreign credential document, to the Illinois State Board of Education. Okay, so that's it. You just have to wait for a couple of days, a couple of weeks maybe, for them to process, to evaluate all the credentials that you have submitted. Now, in some cases, you it's taking it so long for them to evaluate or to process your license. Yes, to grant you the license, you need to check in your portal in your LS account. You will find there deficiencies. Okay, so in that, click on that deficiency letters. If you see that there are letters, deficiency letters sent to you by the ISBE, you need to follow that one. So, but if there are no deficiency letters indicated, there are no deficiency letters that they sent, then you have no problem. You just have to wait for them to evaluate and to process everything, and they will grant you definitely your teaching license, your PEL, your professional educator's license. Okay, but just in case you have a letter of deficiency there, you just follow the instruction. You need to submit it right away so that they can proceed with the evaluation and the processing of your teaching license. Okay, so that's it. That's the only thing you will do if you are going to apply for the teaching license. And then after 10 days, after a couple of weeks, you will receive an email from Illinois State Board of Education that your US teaching license, your professional educator's license has been released. Yes. So for me, I was able to obtain it after 10 days from the date I received an email from my evaluation company that they already sent my document, my FCE, to the Illinois State Board of Education. I counted the days, and it took 10 days before I received an email from ISBE confirming that they have already released my US teaching license, my professional educator's license, or what we call PEL. Okay, PEL. So those are the steps that I took, well, for me to be able to be given to be granted that U.S. teaching license. So they will not provide you with a hard copy. You will just see it in your portal, in your LS account. When you log in there, you will be able to see your teaching license. Now, with regards to PEL, or through the professional educator's license here in Illinois, you um, you need to be informed that there is what we call endorsements. Yes, endorsements. Endorsements are this is included in your teaching license. So you have your teaching license, but apart from that, you have your endorsements. So when I had my credentials evaluated, I was given the two endorsements. So because I only submitted my bachelor's degree, my FCE in bachelor's in college degree. I didn't include my master's, my unison and master's. So they just gave me two endorsements. So the first endorsement that I received and attached to my U.S. teaching license is my endorsement, self-contained grade 1 to 6. Okay, so meaning to say, self-contained grade 1 to 6, you can teach from grade 1 to grade 6. Self-contained meaning to say it's not departmentalized, just like what we had in the Philippines. It's departmentalized. When you're teaching grade 4 to 6, then there are many teachers who are teaching in one class. So self-contained meaning to say you are the only teacher in that class, in that particular class, teaching all those core subjects. Okay, so in my case, I'm teaching Ella, which consists of reading and language arts, science, social studies, and math. Okay, so all of those four subjects. I currently teach all of those four subjects, and other subjects like specials, PE, music, library. They're being taught by other teachers. But self-contained, if you're a self-contained teacher, you'll be teaching all those core subjects. So that's my first endorsement, self-contained grade 1 to 6. My second endorsement is about my major. Okay, so I was given, when I was in college, my major was music. So they were able to evaluate my transcript, my foreign credential evaluation, and they gave me this endorsement. I My second endorsement is pre-K to grade 12 music. So that's my second endorsement. So I'm allowed to teach um from pre-K to grade 12 music now. So those are my two endorsements. So perhaps if you have your master's in other subject, you will be given another endorsement. So maybe your third endorsement. So if you want to teach other subjects, say for example, that are not, I mean, they're not part of your endorsement, you can enroll, you can study, and then apply for an additional endorsement. You can do that. Okay, so say for example, you want your special education units to be accredited, and you just have to upload it in your portal in your Alice account, and then apply for an additional endorsement for your teaching license. And when they approve it, you can definitely teach in that field, in that line. Okay, so I hope you learned something today about the process of obtaining the PEL, the Professional Educator's License here in Illinois. So that is those are the steps that I took. So I don't know the procedure in some states, but I am just sharing what I've experienced while I was obtaining my U.S. teaching license, particularly my professional educator's license here in Illinois before they gave me, or they granted me, this teaching license. Okay, so you need your teaching license for you to be able to get noticed by employers as fast as you can. So of course you have an edge if you already have your US teaching license. Okay, so but there are also some teachers who are applying for, I mean, applying through the internet, in Indeed.com, in other job sites. They're applying even without teaching license. So it's up to you. You have your choice. Okay, it's up to you if you will be able to, if you want to apply without a US teaching license, or you want to obtain it first before you apply for a job. So if I were you, I would work on my teaching license because it's quick to be able to get noticed. Take note, we are applying in the US, and there are so many teachers who are applying not only from the Philippines but all over the world who are applying for a teaching position in the US through J1 visa. So if you want to get noticed, I would suggest you apply first for your US teaching license before you apply for a teaching job in the US through those job sites on the internet. Or you can do both at the same time. So while you are applying, you are applying for teaching jobs on the internet, you are also trying to work on your US teaching license. Okay, so that's it. Again, reminding everyone that J1, obtaining a J1 visa, it's not year round. So as much as possible, you need to have your job offer by April or May, or maybe early June, because there are some cases that some teachers, I know a friend of mine who has already, she had already two job offers from two different states, but she was not able to find the visa sponsor because there were no slots already. That was um during the month of June, I think. So I would suggest that you need to apply before those months, and you need to obtain already a job offer by April or May, so that you will still have visa slots when you apply for visa sponsors. Okay, so I hope you learned a lot from today, and see you all for the next video when I'll be discussing more topics about J1 visa, about how to become a public teacher here in the US through direct hiring. So this has been Charles of the Endless Diaries. Thank you for watching. See you around.